Now it is time that we shall go on to our next story, or more specifically, the next trailer that we are going to talk about. And when it comes to this one, I think it is safe to say that it was quite a surprise. In fact, on the day, as I am recording this, it actually came out the day before, like right now. And from there, it was honestly kind of, like I said, a bit of a shocker. Like, nobody was expecting that, oh, okay, they're just going to drop this immediately. And I kid you not, throughout Sunday, I've had many people just messaging me and asking what do I think, and just really sounding the alarms that, hey, look, we just got our first major look at this movie in particular. So, you all want to know what do I think? Well, I will tell you, but first of all, we are going to have to go and check this trailer out. So with that said, let's go ahead and check out our next trailer for the upcoming animated feature and the fourth installment of one of the biggest animated franchise, Despicable Me 4. And that is Despicable Me 4, to which the movie is going to be coming out on the big screen July 3rd. Now, I just want to go and start things off by giving out a little bit of context regarding my thoughts on the Despicable Me films in general, because I know that is often a massive subject that many people will talk about, and that throughout the years, the series has gained varying opinions. And I will say that, personally, I actually do like the Despicable Me films. I would actually consider myself a fan. I'm not too big on the Minions films. Like, at best, I do find both the 2015 Minions and The Rise of Gru to be okay, but when it comes to Despicable Me 1, 2, and even 3, I actually find them to be among the better, if not the best, of the Illumination films. The first one was very heartfelt, it was really funny, and it was very enjoyable to watch. The second one, I actually do find to be a bit better than the first, and that there's a lot of fantastic moments in there. I had a blast with the second film. And then the third movie, I would personally say that it's not as good as the first or the second, but I still find it to be enjoyable. Like, it still has that signature charm that Despicable Me would go and deliver, you know? I do find that it actually is pretty enjoyable. It actually is pretty nice. So, overall, yeah, I am definitely a fan of these Despicable Me films. But then when I heard that there was going to be a fourth one, even I felt a little bit iffy. Even I was there like, I don't know. Like, I just felt like, yeah, I am satisfied with the 3 Despicable Me movies that we had, but I feel like it would be a bit much if we would go and try to push for a fourth movie. I just don't think that it would be necessary, and I would rather if Illumination would go and try to do some other features and maybe give the Despicable Me films a break, especially with the fact that they just keep on pushing more and more Despicable Me content again and again. And I know some people would argue that, well, technically it's going to be about 7 years since the last Despicable Me movie. But then again, we still had a bunch of other Despicable Me content. Like, we still had the Minions, and we had Minions Rise of Gru back in 2022. And then just recently, actually, we had that animated short Mooned with Migration, where we had Vector's comeback, and then we had a bunch of other Minions at the same time. So again and again, we would keep on being reminded of the Minions. And this is not even to mention when we had the Illumination logo, where the Minions always show up, rather it be like not just in their own films, but also like in the Super Mario Brothers movie, or in Migration, or The Secret Life of Pets, or Sing, and stuff like that. It's like every year we need our dose of Minions on the big screen, no matter what. Like, it's becoming a lot more frequent than the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse. So yeah, honestly, it just feels like eventually there would come a time where, like, I feel like we might need a break from the Minions and Despicable Me in general, but I don't know if making a fourth feature would really go and help. I feel like, I don't know, it's just that Despicable Me feels like a franchise that's getting closer and closer to something that people might end up developing franchise fatigue. But then the fourth trailer suddenly came out. And then suddenly, when Illumination gave out a lot more info as to what's going to be going on in the film, even, like, honestly, my doubt was growing, especially when we saw the first image of Gru and the new significant character, Gru Jr. And at that point, I was like, crap, are we really doing this? Like, now Gru and Lucy are going to become new parents, or, well, I mean, like, with parents to a baby on top of the triplets that they have adopted, or that, well, technically Gru adopted, but you get what I mean. Like, now there's going to be a baby that's going to be involved, and there's just a part of me that's so worried that we might end up with something like, we might end up like with Chicken Run 2, where we are going to see the characters, the characters that we are all familiar with. Now they're just going to turn into concerning parents, and that, they're going to be overprotective, and that, they're going to go and try to do what they normally do in order to go and protect their kid and all that kind of stuff. Like, already it just feels like, I don't know, the writing is never top notch with these Despicable Me films. It's never like their most admirable attribute. But I feel like in this case, I don't know if it's going to be something that might be considered among the better Despicable Me films or among the better Despicable Me moments. But then I actually did see the trailer in its full, and I gotta say that honestly, and it's not, I don't think it's going to be terrible. And I would say that at best, it looks like it's going to be something that will be fine. Like, I don't necessarily get much in terms of the characters or in terms of what we may have in terms of the story. But I will say now, there are some things that I actually do like, that, they actually do look pretty solid. Like, first of all, the action, because of course you would get that cartoony action that Despicable Me is known for, and that what they are very much beloved for. Like, we would get like the heist scene that's going on right over here, where like we got Gru, 2 minions, and we got this we got this new girl. I'm not sure who she is. Considering that, like we already got like it's none of the 3 girls, so I don't know who this new character is. Like, a lot of people are now saying her name is Poppy, apparently. Oh god, we're getting another Poppy. Oh god, like I just went through, I don't know if I want another animated Poppy. I just had more than enough with Trolls Band Together. I don't know if Illumination is going to help out that we're going to get another cartoon Poppy. But yes, apparently we do have, so like we got this heist scene that's going on, and of course like we're getting more new villains, and apparently like, of course we're getting Gru like trying to dodge this badger, and already, I don't know, like, it looks like we got some cute moments, but then again, I feel like it's kind of repeating itself, like, it's similar to, like, when Gru was fighting off against El Macho's chicken, but then, also, like, when we do see the villains, like the old lady, for example, where is it, yeah, there we go. Like this, the old lady with the pimped out wheelchair. Okay, that is pretty cute. But then there is another villain, and this is the one that really grabbed a lot of people's attention. And where is he? It's the new French guy. Yep, right over here. This is our new villain of this movie, Maxime Lamal, and his femme fatale wife or girlfriend? I don't know. Like, I know they said it in the description, but I will get it to there soon. But the big thing about Maxime over here is that he is going to be voiced by none other than Will Ferrell. Yes, folks, we have now come full circle. Megamind himself is in a Despicable Me film. And with his femme fatale, let me just check out the description because they did say over here, apparently is his, femme fatale girlfriend Valentina, who is going to be voiced by Sofia Vergara. And just to give you a little bit more of a description, because I feel like it didn't really show much, like, they didn't show much of the story in this trailer here, to which it says, following the 2022 summer blockbuster phenomenon of Illumination's Minions Rise of Gru, which earned almost $1 billion worldwide, the biggest global animated franchise in history is now begins a new chapter as Gru and Lucy and their girls Margot, Edith, and Agnes welcome a new member to the Gru family, Gru Jr., who is intent on tormenting his dad. The film, it says here, Gru faces a new nemesis in Maxime Lamal, played by Will Ferrell, and his femme fatale girlfriend Valentina, and the family is forced to go on the run. And on top of that, we also got a whole bunch of new voices as well, in which we got Joey King, in which the chat wall did confirm that it is going to be played by she is going to be playing the new character Poppy. There's also Stephen Colbert, who's going to be featured, Chloe Feynman, Pierre Coffin, of course, he's going to be coming back to be the Minions, and also Steve Coogan, who's going to be playing Silas Ramsbottom. Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course, he's back as well. So yeah, of course, this is also going to be another feature. And honestly, I'm surprised we barely even got much, like, considering that they are going to be playing a significant role here, I'm surprised, like, this trailer in particular didn't really show much of this character. In a way, they're kind of, like, highlighting a lot more on the baby of Gru Jr., which, Silas. Some people are telling me it's pronounced Silas. I don't know, the most that I remember is from Despicable Me 2. Like, the only thing that's emphasized is just bottom. Like, I know it's a dumb joke, but honestly, it's like, it's still funny. It's like, bottom. Anyways, yeah, bottom. We all know bottom. But also another thing that I want to go and emphasize, one thing that I actually do like, of course, is the Minions. And no matter what with these Despicable Me films, you can always rely on the Minions to go and deliver a laugh. Again, I know that Despicable Me, at least in my opinion, is not as strong as the other two films, but the greatest moments in there are the Minions. Oh my god, they are the scenes with the Minions, especially in prison, like, they are debatably some of the funniest Minion moments in all of the Despicable Me movies. Like, they were funny as heck. And even in this, honestly, I will say the funniest moments are, once again, with the Minions. And my personal favorite moment is actually with, it's the scenes when you see them with the vending machine. Like, even this part right over here, when you got one Minion who is stuck. Like, this part, I gotta say, is funny.
Look up.
Like, okay, like, it's stupid, I do agree, but it is also pretty funny. That, and also, like, you also got the ending bit where you also got, like, a follow-up joke. Like, even that part, I gotta say, is good. Like, that is also pretty good as well. So, one thing I will say is that at the very least, hey, you can always rely on the Minions to go and deliver some good laughs in the Despicable Me films. And it looks like, at least with this trailer, they are promising that as well. So, I would say that overall, I don't think this is going to be as good as the other Despicable Me films. Like, I have yet to be convinced that, you know, they will deliver much on the story or build up on the characters. And even with the addition, like, honestly, with the addition of Gru Jr., it doesn't really do much for me. I even see in the chat while they're saying that it looks like a discounted Jack. And I mean, I don't blame you there. Like, you look at the, like, even when you do look at the baby, yeah, it kind of, like, especially with the hair, it really does look like Jack in a way. But still, though, I don't think it's going to be terrible. I don't think it's going to stoop the franchise low to the point where it'll end up in a similar position to either, like in Ice Age 5 or in Hotel Transylvania 4, where it ended off on such a disastrous note, like almost embarrassing how bad that they ended off their respective franchises. But I will say, like, a lot of it seems to be fine. Like, the animation still looks as solid as ever, and it looks like there's going to be some fun, creative action, especially with the new villains, and of course, it will deliver on some nice humor. So, overall, I mean, I'm not going to be highly optimistic. I don't think it's either going to be the best or the worst, but, you know, it might be fun. Like, that's what I'm hoping for at the very least. Like, I'll watch it, and it'll be fun and it'll deliver some nice laughs. So, if you are interested in checking out Despicable Me 4, then keep in mind it will be coming soon on the big screen, July 3rd. So, keep an eye out on that. Now, with that said, excuse me. With that said, I now would like to go into the chat wall, and it's time that I like to ask you all, what do you all think about Despicable Me 4? Or what do you think about the trailer that we got over here? Did you guys enjoy it? Are you guys excited for Despicable Me 4? Or did it not convince you and yeah, you're just gonna go and give this a pass? I would love to know what you all think. Alright, let's see what we got. I will say I enjoyed the Despicable Me trilogy just fine. Not one of the greatest films ever, but still had fun with the 3 movies. And now that we got our first taste of the film, I kind of feel iffy about it. There are quite a few great moments that I enjoy, but others I think they're just okay. I'm hyped to see the Gru versus Megamind battle finalized, though I don't like how Gru Jr. looks like Jack Jack. I think it'll be a good watch when the film comes up. Also, what will and the comment unfortunately just stops there. Okay, anyways, let's see what other comments. Well, he finally did it. It took him 14 years, but he finally got some Grussy. Oh god, please do not say Grussy again. No, we do not need any Grussy here. Anyways, but aside from that, this trailer looks good. The baby shtick looks like it might wear thin fast, but the action is great. The minions are still funny when they're minioning all over the place, and due to the main villain being voiced by Will Ferrell, we're finally getting the Gru versus Megamind showdown our society deserves. I'll give it a watch, but not before I rent my best tux. Gentle Minions Part 2, baby! Oh, that's also going to be very interesting. Are we going to see the comeback of the Gentle Minions? That I want to know. Okay, let's see. Don't disappoint us, TikTok! Alright, let's see what else we have here. As someone who actually grew up, pun intended, and has been a longtime fan of this franchise since the first movie back in 2010, I am very excited to see this film. I can't wait to finally witness the long-awaited battle between Steve Carell's Gru and Will Ferrell's Megamind / Maxim Lamal. I will definitely be seeing this in IMAX on opening day. Bring on the despicableness. Is it going to be on IMAX? I mean, like, well, honestly, I can imagine so. Like, it's a big name franchise, and there's, like, a lot of hype for it, so, maybe, who knows. Let's see now. I will just be honest, except for the Mario movie, and maybe the first Despicable Me, Illumination has never made a good movie. Oh, dang. And this doesn't look terrible, but it ain't good, that's for sure. Hotel Transylvania 4 and Ice Age 4 are better than this, and those suck too. And at least that had Ninja. And the latter had good animation. I'm on Team Martin Thomas, and I hate everything. You mean you hate everything in Despicable Me? You cannot just end your sentence with just, I hate everything. In general? F the Minions. Also, there have never been anything good with the number 4 on it. Banana. Love your work. Oh, dang. Okay, so... yeah, I mean, like, I can understand, like, that's why I said at the beginning there's, like, varying opinions on the Despicable Me franchise, and if you're not a Despicable Me fan now, then I don't see how Despicable Me 4 will win you over. So, yeah, that is one criticism that I do agree, and I can see where it might falter. Like, this is gonna be a case where it's for Despicable Me fans and for Despicable Me fans only. Anyways, let's see what other comments, what we have here. I'll go with this one. Let's set the scene. As I was sitting in my bed in a normal Sunday evening, I look at my wall questioning everything about my life, watching the Despicable Me 4 trailer, and having one knowledge stuck in my mind. Gru actually went despicable in bed and have a blood child for his own. I was shaking, crying, throwing, knowing that my childhood hero since 7 has more pipe than me, and I was terrified on that thought. Anyways, the trailer was good, but Norm of the North is better. Oh, dang, man, what's with the bed? When people roast, they roast. And I mean, like, I know, I understand, like, the virgin mindset. We've all been there, or some of us have been there, that, you know, one day you do hope that eventually you will get laid. But I mean, like, hey, I mean, like, if you were, you know, if you've been a fan of Gru since you were 7, it sounds like you're still very young. And I mean, you still got your whole godforsaken life ahead of you. So be patient. And I mean, eventually your time will come soon. And I mean, we've seen a lot of other characters who are far worse. I mean, if Johnny from Hotel Transylvania, who I consider to be one of the worst cartoon characters in history, is able to get laid with someone like Mavis, whom the internet simps over like crazy, then you could probably get a chance that you'll get laid too. So I'm just saying, that's your motivation for this episode. All right, so we'll go with one more comment, or maybe we'll go with 2 more comments, actually. Let's see what we have here. Congratulations, Boo. Congratulations, Boo. Anyways, congratulations, Gru. We have finally reached to the 4th film, but with a new baby? Insert stop record sound effect here. Oh, sorry. That's my cue. Yeah, I think we reached into sitcom levels of storytelling by adding a new baby in it, Gru Jr. Yeah, I think I'll keep an open mind on this, since I actually do enjoy the Despicable Me films. I do think we could see something pretty good or pretty bad. I know for a fact it will be a hit no matter what, in terms of the box office. Also, the aspect ratio is back to widescreen 1.85 format. From, okay, and then I guess the comment kind of stops there. All right, let's see. We'll go into one more comment. As someone who is a fan of the Despicable Me movies, this might actually be a decent addition. The action scenes look fun, the humor, especially coming from the Minions, seem like a lot of fun, and the fact that we have Will Ferrell who voiced Megamind, so overall, this could be fun. Although I have to ask, how have those girls never aged, and where is Gru's brother? Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, considering that now time has passed, it's been like now that we've reached a point where Gru has a baby right now, like, there, you know, like the girls must have grown at some point. Like, you know, you can't go like Simpsons or Pokemon where they stay young forever. And I know that is a criticism that a lot of people have brought up. Like, what happened to the climax of Despicable Me 3? And what happened to Drew? And there is a chance that maybe they're going to go and answer that question, or maybe they'll go into the route of Chicken Run 2, where they're just not going to bother answering any questions about the predecessor, and they're just going to move forward with the new child character that they may have. But anyways, if you are excited or not about Despicable Me 4, it is very interesting to see the varying opinions that have been brought up. Then keep in mind that it will be coming soon in theaters July 4th.